Some Protestants assume that John 6:63 disproves the Eucharist or communion really being the body and blood of Jesus, because in John 6:63, Jesus says, the Spirit gives life, the flesh availeth nothing. Or another translation puts it as, the flesh profits nothing. Now, what's the problem with this? If we just go back a few verses to verse 50 and verse 51, what does Jesus say? I am the bread of life, and the bread that I am to give to the world is my flesh. And of course, his flesh, he died on that cross for us. That's his flesh being crucified, and that saves us from sins. Of course, this profits. Of course, this availeth. So, this Protestant assumption on how to interpret John 6:63 when he says that the flesh profiteth nothing is just in error. That's not a right interpretation. The better interpretation, rather, is that it's talking about the human understanding. So one example is in Matthew 16, starting at verse 13 through 20, where Peter professes that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of the living God. And Jesus replies to Peter saying, flesh and blood hath not revealed this to you, but my Father who art in heaven. Now, Jesus is saying here, your human understanding, your flesh and your blood did not reveal this to you, but it was from above. And so we see that there's a difference between the heavenly understanding versus the earthly human understanding, which Peter did not get that from, that Jesus is the Christ just because of some kind of human understanding. No. So too, with John 6:63, humans cannot understand that, but it is through the Spirit that there is life. And so still, the Eucharist is really the body and blood of Jesus because of verses 50 through 51. Indeed, that bread that Jesus gives for the world is his flesh. And so that surely has value.